that boy play. Swung center slate, trunk pop on parent bottle, let it dime, but John Jay.
When you talk about MCs in the city,
yes, sir,
who survived many different eras, many different clubs, from Concepts to Crystals, Joe's Volcano, Antros.
Yeah, I was at Antros too. I think I went to Antros.
Damn near every club in the city, man. We got that boy Play up in the building.
What's happening?
Man, how you living, brother?
Man, I'm alright, man. Just trying to make it, man.
Now, you went from being a MC. Well, you was a bartender first. I did my research.
Barback.
Barback. Yeah. Club manager.
Yeah.
MC/host. Artist.
Yeah.
And now you a concert promoter. So just like, what made you become a concert promoter?
I think it was more of like I think being an MC with me and Wild Style, and even before Wild Style, I think I was already a promoter. I just didn't know I was a promoter. I would post where I was going and people would come. So, I mean, technically, I was a promoter. You know what I mean? So, if I can get people to show up, you know what I mean? So, I felt like I was a promoter. So,
now I see y'all got the PWK.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that. How did that form?
PWK is Play, Wild Style, and Khalil. Three of us came together and just wanted to really start doing the shows, man. I mean, try to bring something a little different. You know, take that risk that I think a lot of promoters didn't want to take that risk, or because the shows we did was pretty high dollar shows, so I don't think people wanted to take that risk. So I feel like we could do it.
Man, shout out to Wild Style and Khalil.
Yeah,
shout out to them too, man. For those who don't know, tell us about the process of putting together a major concert. Like, I mean, from the in to the outs, like just behind the scenes work.
I mean, it's pretty strenuous, man. A lot of people think it's just, you know, I'm finna do a show, I'm gonna pay them, and then it just happens. But nah, it's a lot of stuff, a lot of insurance, a lot of licensing, a lot of, man, sometimes you even gotta have connections, man. I mean, some of these artists are hard to get in touch with, and if you don't have the proper connections, you might get a hold of somebody that might tax you, put an extra $5,000-$6,000 on top of the price. That artist don't even cost that much, so you done got screwed over that way. So I mean, it's a lot, man. I mean, renting a venue, I mean, it's so much stuff you need, man.
Yeah, May this year, 2021. Y'all cranked it up crazy with the concert. POOH SHIESTY.
Yes, sir.
Was hot at the time. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully he get out soon. But I mean, that show. I mean, it was some positive things, and it also caused some controversy. Y'all had about 3,000 people
right.
during the pandemic.
During the tornado and the pandemic.
During the tornado and the pandemic, I was out there. People was out there, man. One of the complaints I seen. Artists, well, I don't even think it was the artists themselves. Okay. It was other artists complaining about the slots, the price of the slots. Explain the reasoning for the pricing.
I mean, just to be totally transparent. Some shows are cheaper than others. I mean, so those slots are gonna be cheaper. You know what I'm saying? When you got a $100,000 show and it's gonna be packed, I mean that slot is gonna be a little bit more pricier than others. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean that the exposure is different. You know what I'm saying? Compared to, you know, give me $100, I'll let you open up for, I don't want to say artist name, but open up for such and such, and only 200 people is gonna be there, and then you switch it around, and then you got a show where 3,000 people are gonna be there. So, I mean, but a lot of times too, a lot of artists don't know. Like when those slots come and you pay for those slots, there's more to it than just performing. You're supposed to bring merch. You're supposed to make sure you're passing out some type of material so you can build your fan base. There's other ways to make your money back. I had a lot of artists that paid that slot, and they was out there and they made more than what they paid because they were selling T-shirts. They were selling, I think, what's it called? Exotic pop. They were out there making money. So, I mean, that's what you're supposed to do when you buy a slot. That's what the artists forget about. They just want to come perform and be seen, and I want to open up for POOH SHIESTY, but it's more to it than, it's supposed to be more to it than that, but that's where the prices come from.
Yeah, because I see a lot of artists who they go up there and perform, and then that's it. They perform, and that's the end of it. And then another thing people complain about, he only performed for 20 minutes. He was only up there for 15 minutes. What was his actual time slot when he was up there?
His time slot was 30 minutes. At the time, I mean, he performed every song he had. So I don't know how much longer they really wanted him to perform. I mean, he even did Back in Blood twice. So I mean,
he only got like 1 or 2 songs that people know. So
right. I mean, he did some unreleased songs, and then people kind of just looked at him crazy. He did all the songs he had, and he did his verse from Back in Blood. He brought it back and did it twice. So I don't really know what people wanted him to do. Like, chill with y'all. Like, I don't really know. He did. I mean, and then too, he's a new performer. That was probably some of his first shows. So, I mean, he's not going to be like I don't know, like, I think when we did Dirk performed for like an hour. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, he didn't have that much material. He didn't have stage presence. And then just going back looking at some, because I was confused too, so I went back and looked at some of his previous shows before that. He did the same thing. Same set, same DJ, same. That was the same thing. So, I mean, I don't know, man.
Yeah, right after that, I had one on YouTube and looked up his Dallas show. He had the same time slot.
He actually had more energy at our show than any other show he had.
Yeah, he was moving around.
He was moving around. Like, usually he just stand there and just, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you can't please everybody. I mean, we brought who you wanted. I mean, you can't be mad at us. We did exactly what we were supposed to do. The artist just didn't show up. I mean, he didn't put on the show that you wanted. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, we brought him. We brought what everybody wanted. It's just,
And then, after the show, the next day, I mean, social media was tearing y'all apart. Like, it was so much. I think I didn't even see you on there for that whole day.
Yeah, I didn't want to entertain it because I knew I did what I was supposed to do and I was the face. So I took all the heat. Nobody else took the heat, but I took the heat because I was the face. So I took all the heat, and it was cool. I mean, it is what it is. You can't please everybody.
Did it upset you that they were calling y'all janky promoters? Like, did that even, it bothered you?
It bothered me because I know I've never done nothing to be considered janky. I mean, janky would have been, I did the concert, 3,000 people showed up, and he never came. That would have been janky. You know what I'm saying? We paid him the money he asked for in full. His showtime was supposed to be 30 minutes. He did 30 minutes. He was a little late. I think he was maybe 30, 45 minutes late for when he was supposed to perform. But other than that, he did everything he was supposed to do. I mean, I don't know.
For a show like that, how come the fans aren't able to get a meet and greet?
Nowadays, it's crazy. Like, back in the day, we would pay all this money for these celebrities to come down, and they would do a meet and greet. Or they'll do a specific number. We'll do 100, or we'll do... But nowadays, they don't want to do meet and greets. They won't do it, or they want to charge extra. Like, oh well, I'll charge this. Only person I think still does meet and greets is Boosie. Boosie and meet and greet after the show for show. But a lot of these artists just don't want to. POOH SHIESTY just dropped the mic and dipped. I'm talking about I had paid him. Collectively we paid him the money. We didn't even get a picture. We didn't get a. They were talking to me like they didn't even know who I was. I'm like, bro, I just paid you, bro. So, yeah, it'd be crazy like that, man. That we didn't even get to meet him. So,
did you feel like y'all dropped the ball on anything as far as that show that y'all could have did better?
Not really. I don't feel like we dropped the ball. I think we did everything we were supposed to do. He just didn't have that many songs.
I think one of the things a lot of people, I guess, the openers. I think
too many openers.
Yeah.
Okay, so with that, say we didn't have that many openers. Doors open at 6. POOH SHIESTY is supposed to perform at 11. What you gonna do?
Yeah.
What you gonna do? Ain't no carnival rides. Ain't nothing for you to do. You just go. I can host. Play some music. Y'all just gonna stand there for 4 hours until POOH SHIESTY come? No opening acts. Just 4 hours of just music, and then POOH SHIESTY. If that's what people want nowadays, we can make it happen. The concert would have been an hour long. Open the doors at 10:30. He perform at 11. Everybody go home. But it's not how concerts. It's not how concerts are. Even Chris Brown got openers. You go to a show. Yep. Chris Brown got openers. Beyonce got. Everybody got openers. It's gonna be a long time before they come out.
Then 2 months later, y'all came with the Lil Durk show.
Right.
And just talk to us about that, because there was no negativity. I didn't see any negative things said about that show.
I think the most complaint from the POOH SHIESTY was the venue that we chose. But it's a concert venue. It had the stage. It had they was like, oh, it looked like prom or something like, I don't know. It was actually, I like that building. It was actually a nice building. I don't know. Maybe everybody was, I don't know why they didn't complain about the Durk. Durk performed for an hour long. Maybe that was I don't know.
Did Durk have what was the crowd like for Durk versus POOH SHIESTY as far as the attendance wise?
It was way bigger crowd for POOH SHIESTY, for sure. For sure. Way bigger crowd. Durk did good. I think I had just as many opening acts at Durk than I did at POOH SHIESTY, so I don't know. It was the same thing. Maybe it was more opening acts that people wanted to see. Maybe that was maybe that was the case. Because we had the Beat King, we had the OTB,
Kirko. I think that's what made it better. Y'all had more artists, so they feel like they got more.
And that's why we switched it up. We switched it up. It was more people that you would know. You know what I'm saying? So I felt more comfortable with it.
Because I like that show too. Because everybody loves Kirko.
Right.
Beat King and things like that.
Right.
And then going into that, how come San Antonio doesn't get a lot of the big shows as far as, Dallas? Like, people want Lil Baby. They want Rod Wave. They want, what I'm saying? They want Moneybag.
From the promoters aspect, a lot of these shows, because these artists, a lot of people don't understand how much they charge. Like, they think, oh, they hear it in the songs and this, but they really be charging what they be talking about. And, in other cities, they don't mind paying. They don't mind, like, Moneybag, or these people charge $150,000, $200,000 to come do a concert. So you got to think of the ticket prices. How much is that going to be for it to make sense to make a profit and to be able to pay that man back? You know what I'm saying? So in Dallas, they don't. Dallas, Houston, they don't mind paying, $75 to $100 to get in. You know what I'm saying? And that'll make a difference in who we can bring. You know what I'm saying? That's why for a long time, you were getting the smaller artists, the Paul Walls and the Charlie Boys and the Kirkos, because it made sense. They had fan base. You can make a little bit of profit off of what they charge. But these bigger concerts, it's hard. Lil Baby, I think he's charging like $250 right now. You know what I'm saying? Ticket prices would have to be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I've seen them.
Y'all do the math. You know what I'm saying?
I think they starting up like $70 just for them tickets, and that's
that's
nosebleeds.
That's probably I was gonna say that's probably like general admission in the back. You know what I'm saying? So, and that just shows you like, and then 250 is not just him. Like, it's 250 plus his rider. What building we're gonna choose to fit that many people to make even $250,000 back? You know what I'm saying? Not even that, the insurance, the promotion, we gotta put radio, we gotta do smart. Like, it's a lot of money. So that 250 done turned into damn near 300. You know what I'm saying? So it's more that goes into it than just pay him, come, everybody come. It's a lot more that goes to it.
Do any of these artists, when y'all try to book them, do they try to turn San Antonio down? Because we get a lot of concerts that don't even come this way.
Nah, man. I done talked to a lot of artists. Like, a lot of artists not like that. If you pay them, they gonna come. They not really on that. Like, as long as you got the bag, they gonna come. I ain't never really called somebody and they like, nah, we ain't coming to San Antonio. I never really had that before. A lot of artists don't come because, we just don't have the people that'll come out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember Kanye had a concert here before. He canceled, low ticket sales. A couple of people had low ticket sales.
Bad Boy reunion tour.
Low ticket sales. The No Limit tour didn't come here. Low ticket sales. They went to Houston. So, a lot of times these people they can't sell here. So
yeah, it's a definite.
I think it's like a different demographics sometimes. So it just depends. Like, depends on who the artist is, I guess.
Do you think? I guess because San Antonio is predominantly the Hispanic city, plays a part as far as some of these concerts. The reason why they won't sell out.
No. I mean, I think everybody likes. I mean, some of these artists have. Everybody like a Mexican, white, black.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I mean, some of these artists they can attract anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think at the POOH SHIESTY concert, it was more Mexicans than anybody.
Yeah, it was.
So I mean, I don't personally think that's the cause. I just think it'd be a different thing. Sometimes it's whoever's promoting the concert. I mean, that has something to do with it sometimes. When you do it, I mean, I've seen a lot of people throw concerts at the wrong time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You don't throw nothing during Fiesta. If it ain't got nothing to do with Fiesta, don't throw no concert. If y'all listening, if it's doing Fiesta, just hang it up unless it got something to do with Fiesta.
Now, I see a lot of talk on social media. People are blaming San Antonio promoters and club DJs, saying that they need to do better. They are behind, you know.
Right.
How do you feel about that? You're in the clubs every week.
Right. I don't necessarily. San Antonio's behind to a certain extent, but I feel like I told you earlier, like I feel like San Antonio just likes what it likes. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't make people like something different if they just don't like it. You know what I'm saying? So you might go to Houston and they got some stuff going on and we don't have that going on. That's because the people here just don't like it, or they don't know about it, that's totally fine. Because you can go somewhere, like I've been to LA. The clubs are totally different. They don't play nothing that we play. I'm talking about, like, literally not a song that I've heard in Texas do they play in LA, like, at all. It's totally different. So I mean, everywhere is just gonna have what they like. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think San Antonio. I think we get stuff a little late because of music-wise. Because if you're not searching on YouTube or go viral on TikTok, or you'll never know about a song. Because they don't play it on the radio, or we don't have a lot of outlets. You know what I'm saying? We don't have 106 in Park no more for people to watch on TV and figure out the new music that's out. You know what I'm saying? So when they bring stuff like that back, I think San Antonio will be up to date. I mean, but where are they gonna hear new music from? I mean, what outlets do we have to be like, oh, this a new artist jumping? Like, we don't have really YouTube, Instagram.
And then those DJs in different places, sometimes the labels be sending them music, so they have access to, they get records early.
All the time. I mean, me and I said Wild Style Records, he be sending me stuff. I mean, but when we play it, I mean, the consumer has never heard this artist before, ever. Don't know who he is, what is that? Like, I don't want to hear that. I want to hear Drake and Future. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we play. You know what I'm saying? They want to hear Walk Around the Club with their middle fingers up. That's what we're going to play. That's what they want to hear. Because at the end of the day, the DJs in the club, they got to make their money. They got to make sure people drinking. They got to make sure people having a good time. So as long as people are having a good time in the club, that's what we're there for. So when we get to dropping new music and everybody like, boo, and now this DJ can't get booked no more because he was supposed to play the new music, then what? Then what everybody going to say? Now he fired.
And I was watching you and Wild Styles live, and y'all were talking about it's how y'all break the record, how y'all blend it. Like he said he did with Bitch Niggas, like, you know what I'm saying, how he broke that. So, but
some records can be broke. I mean, a lot of music that's coming out now, it's all sad and all slow, so it's hard to break that. You know what I'm saying? It's not, people are not doing club music anymore. You know what I'm saying? That Dallas era, the Young Nation era, all them, that was club music. Flex came out, all these turn up songs, like that was we used to call that peak hour music. You know what I'm saying? From 12:45 to 2 o'clock it's up. You know what I'm saying? But now it's Rod Wave and the slower music. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard to blend that new stuff.
Do you think the San Antonio nightlife has improved, or do you see it improving at all as far as, because like I said, I always hear people, when we go to Houston, you know what I'm saying, the club is like this, we go to Atlanta, the club is like, do you ever see in San Antonio ever can get to the level of those cities?
I mean, those cities have different stuff going on. I mean, you trying to compare it to Houston. Houston has a baseball team, a basketball team, a football team. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot going on in Houston. It's a lot of celebrities that live there. So, I mean, you can't compare their nightlife. I think on a random night on a Thursday or a Sunday, the best you're going to get is a celebrity just popping out as a Spurs player. I mean,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, it might, in Houston, they can charge that because you never know who might walk in the building.
Yeah.
You got a hot spot. I think, I don't know, just random people, if they in town, they want to go out. So that happens. I mean, when is that going to happen here? So, I mean, we can't charge what they charge and give you that experience. But, I mean, there's a lot of clubs here that are nice, though. Like,
yeah, no.
that are just the same, or even better. Because I've been to some clubs in Houston, and they ain't look like 1902. They ain't look like V-Lounge. They ain't look like, I mean, all these, the Well, they ain't look like that.
Yeah,
they were actually, didn't look good at all, and it was packed. So.
They got a new spot, I think, Studio 55, I heard.
Studio 55,
I heard
nice.
that just, just open
a lot of these clubs are nice. Like, the light show, Privat got a crazy, what's the other club? What's the one on 1604? It's a couple of clubs. They all got, like, light shows and TVs, and they look good, man.
I think a lot of people, they get stuck going to the same place. Or it's the same, they go to the same spots that other, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man.
A lot of these club owners spend a lot of money on these clubs, man. I be seeing them, like, from the ground up sometimes, and some of these clubs are nice, man. It's just people don't appreciate it, honestly.
And so, 2022, I mean, any big things we are expecting, you know what I'm saying? Any more big shows?
Definitely some big shows. Some of the people that you mentioned. And we're trying to work it out. It just, I mean, as we said, like the price, we're trying to get them to understand that our market is a little smaller. You know what I'm saying? The stuff that you charge us when you go to LA, you can't charge when you come to San Antonio. I mean, it's a smaller market. I was on the phone with, I got a chance to talk to Black Youngster and his manager. And I chopped it up with them for a minute, just trying to explain to them, like, yo, he was charging me this price. I'm like, look, man, you know, your whole career, you've never been here. You know what I'm saying? And these people want to meet you. You know what I'm saying? So let's try to cut back on the price a little bit and get you a smaller market. You know what I'm saying? Who else I talked to about that? I think I think at one point I wanted to get Fetty Wap. I wanted to get Fetty Wap, and I actually got to talk to him personally. He called my phone because I was getting into it with his manager about the same. He was like, look, I'm going to just let you talk to Fetty. So, boom, we called, and I was explaining to him, same thing with him. His whole career, he's never been to San Antonio. Why not come? You know what I'm saying? Like, you want those fans? Like, you have fans here. Why not touch them? You know what I'm saying? Why not come here? So that'd be a lot of things, too. Like, some people just charge too much, man. But we got some new shows coming.
Are we ever going to get a show, like, we had the B-Bash, but, like, in New York, they got, the Powerhouse, and they got Summer Jam with these lines. Are we going to be able to get something like
radio. The radio has that type of pool. I don't want to go too much on the back end of how they have the pool, but, they have it to do it. Like, the normal consumer doesn't have those resources to get it. You know what I'm saying? We could try to put on, but those are big shows. But they have it to where they can do it where it doesn't cost them as much as it would cost us. You know what I'm saying? They can give out a couple favors, and boom, such and such will come. You know what I'm saying? We can't offer that, and we don't have access to the bigger sponsors that they have as well. So, I think they have, what's it called, Mala,
yeah.
That's probably the closest we would get to something like that again. I don't even know what happened to them, why they don't come back. But
COVID. Yeah, they probably be back next year. So.
But yeah, Mala Luna was probably the closest we'll get to that, and that was, Mala Luna is crazy. Yeah, crazy. Shout out to them. They was, I could probably say those dudes were probably the inspiration for me wanting to become a bigger promoter. Like, seeing how they started, like, I remember when they first started, like, doing little shows in clubs. Yeah. To them getting booked, I want to say they got picked up by Live Nation. Mm-hmm. That's if anybody that's the goal, I want Live Nation to call me. Like, yo, we need y'all. We need PWK. Like, that Live Nation is, I want to say they one of the biggest promoters in the world. Yeah. Like, they do shows all over the world. They got shows in Africa. They do concerts everywhere. So, I'm trying to be part of Live Nation, man.
Hey, man. Well, Player, I appreciate you coming on the platform. And, I'm proud of you. I remember first time I met you, you was doing Crave.
Right, Crave.
To now, you know what I'm saying, shoot, man, you doing shows in Corpus. You in Houston, you all over the place, and you doing the thing here, man. So, man, appreciate you, and man, and much love. Shout to Play, Wild Style, and Khalil, man.
Appreciate y'all, man. Views from the tone.
Yeah.
On my prime day, had a Versace tuxedo. Got more misses than a Milwaukee Bucks free throw. I done came down, I done swung, I done swang. Hit up Jules to put my name on the chain. Talking about the necklace, BBS is tested. Made 20 G's off of juice I invested. So go and take a sip, made the money flip. I could probably Valley Park an 80-foot ship. Certified swanger, cocaine slanger. Handle more keys than a